Well, thank you very much and good afternoon. The First Lady and I, please, are delighted to welcome you all to the White House for this very special occasion, and that it is. Today is my great privilege to present our nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, to a courageous warrior and a fearless patriot, General Jack Keane. We're very excited to have Jack's wife, Angela, with us today, along with his brother, Ronald, and his son, Daniel. Thank you all very much. That's great. And thank you. We're also joined by a very distinguished assembly of leaders, including Secretary Mike Pompeo. Mike, thank you very much. Secretary Mark Esper, Attorney General William Barr, Secretary Dan Brouillette, Senator Lindsey Graham, Lindsey, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley. Great job, Mark. And General Keith Alexander. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all. Jack Keane was born in 1943 into a family with a strong tradition of military service. His father served during World War II as a Marine in the Pacific Theater. Jack grew up in a housing project on the Lower East Side of Manhattan and became the first member of his family to attend college. At Fordham University, he joined the ROTC, distinguishing himself as a cadet and a member of the famed Pershing Rifles. Upon graduating, Jack was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army. He volunteered to serve in Vietnam and joined the legendary 101st Airborne Division. As a platoon leader and later company commander, Jack fought through fierce and bloody combat. He demonstrated unflinching courage under fire, and for his exceptional valor, Jack was awarded the Silver Star. After Vietnam, Jack and his late wife, Terry, adopted two wonderful sons. They raised Daniel and their late son, Matthew, with extraordinary love and care. In the Army, Jack designed new training methods to ensure that military leaders would always be extremely well prepared for the intensity of combat command. His rigor, discipline, creativity, toughness, they all achieved tremendous results. General William Depew, who helped rebuild the American military after Vietnam, wrote that Jack was the best brigade commander that he's ever had. He was very exceptional at all levels. In 1991, Jack became a brigadier general and commander of the Joint Readiness Training Center. He devised a state-of-the-art program that prepared our nation's service members for combat against extended insurgencies in both urban environment and rugged terrain. Jack prepared this nation for the wars to come and helped train soldiers that would later serve in Bosnia, Somalia, Haiti, and Kosovo. Jack was named a Vice Chief of Staff of the Army in 1999, was in his office on September 11, 2001, when terrorists struck the Pentagon. He ran through smoke and debris and evacuated the injured, saving lives. He visited the wounded in hospitals and attended scores of funerals for the fallen patriots slain in the attack. Jack soon helped oversee the initial military operations in Iraq and Afghanistan and was the first senior military official to visit troops in the field. In 2003, he was offered the position of Army Chief of Staff, but in a profound act of devotion, he turned down the position and left the Army after nearly 38 years to care for his wife, Terry, who had developed Parkinson's disease. In 2006, Jack helped engineer the surge that stabilized a deteriorating situation in Iraq and allowed Iraqis to finally take charge of their own future. In the years since, Jack has continued to offer his sage counsel to military and policy leaders and to visit our troops on the frontiers. And Jack, I have to say, has given me a lot of good advice too. He's been called a national treasure by Henry Kissinger and is a recipient of the Bradley Prize and the Ronald Reagan Peace Through Strength Award. Jack Keane is a visionary, a brilliant strategist, and an American hero. General, you will be remembered as one of the finest and most dedicated soldiers in a long and storied history of the United States military. No question about it. Congratulations again to you and your family. I would now like to ask the military aide to come forward and present General Jack Keane with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Thank you.
General Jack Keane is one of our nation's most distinguished military leaders. General Keane proudly served his country in Vietnam as a paratrooper, receiving the Silver Star for his courage and gallantry in action. His steadfast leadership as a four-star general and as Vice Chief of Staff of the Army provided stability and direction for those under his command. Since retiring from the military, General Keane has remained engaged on matters of foreign policy, devoting himself to developing policies that confront the dynamic threats facing our nation. The United States proudly honors General Jack Keane, whose tireless devotion to our country has defined him as a true American patriot.